The law of first-time home ownership is powerful. Your focus could be building generational wealth or creating an investment to sell when you retire. I'm Mike Daniels, and I hope I can help you in purchasing your next home. Whatever your reasons for buying a house, there are quite a few steps from where you are now to the moment you can kick back and enjoy it. Here is our best advice for first-time home buyers you'll be ready to in no time. The number one tip for first-time home buyers that we can offer is to be sure you're ready. The average mortgage loan term is 15 to 30 years. Although you don't need to stay in your home for that amount of time, buying a home is still a significant commitment. Start by asking yourself the following questions. Am I ready to commit to this home and city for at least 5 years? Do I have an emergency fund that can cover at least 3 months of expenses? Do I have a stable income? If the answer to any of those questions is no, well, you may want to hold off for now. Keep saving, keep researching. 2, don't skip the pre-approval. It could be tempting to jump right into hunting for the perfect house, mainly if this is your first time. It's an excellent idea to get a mortgage pre-approval before you begin comparing properties. If you heard of a pre-qualification, it's essential to know how it differs from a pre-approval. Let's review that difference now. A pre-qualification is an estimate of an amount of home loan you can get. It's an informal evaluation of your income and other information. A mortgage pre-approval is a document from a lender that tells you exactly how much loan money you can get. It's based on your financial information such as W-2s, bank statements, and your credit score. Some of the benefits of getting pre-approved include you and your real estate agent know what you can afford once you have a pre-approval letter in hand. You can make a more substantial offer. Sellers need to know that the buyer they choose can afford their home. A pre-approval shows the seller that you have the money required to purchase the home. You'll experience fewer surprises. When you're pre-approved, you're less likely to run into last-minute surprises or delays with your lender. The bottom line, get a pre-approval before you start shopping for a home. Read on to learn why a pre-approval may not reflect the final loan offer. 3, maintain your credit. Now is not the time to open a new line of credit. When you apply for a mortgage pre-approval, lenders will pull your credit report. They'll do it again before you close on the house and its corresponding mortgage. If they find that you've taken out another loan or line of credit, that your credit balance has increased, or that you started to make late payments, it could risk your final approval. Be sure to keep paying your bills on time. Don't attempt to influence your credit rating for better or worse, or begin any risky spending. Lenders want to see that your behavior patterns are consistent and can be relied upon for future payments. 4, first-time home buyers. One of the Federal Housing Administration's FHA most essential priorities is helping home buyers purchase their first home. If you qualify as a first-time home buyer, you may have access to state programs, tax breaks, and an FHA loan. If you qualify as a first-time home buyer, you can benefit from several assisted programs, including down payment, assisted loans, and grants. The upside of saving at least 20% for a down payment is to avoid mortgage insurance on conventional loans. 5, understand your loan options. I went over this in one of my videos, FHA versus conventional mortgage, so if you have time, please go to my page, check out the other videos on the differences between FHA versus conventional mortgage. 6, don't forget closing costs. Don't assume that your down payment is the only thing you need to close on your mortgage loan. You'll also need to cover closing costs before you take control of your property. Closing costs are expenses that go to your lender in exchange for arranging certain loan services. Some standard closing costs you might see include attorney fees, pest inspection fees, appraisal fees, escrow fees, title insurance expenses, discount points. You'll see your exact closing costs on a document called a closing disclosure. Generally, you can expect to pay 2 to 5% of your total loan costs in closing costs. As a first-time buyer, you may qualify for government-backed grants or loans that assist with closing costs. Additionally, it's not uncommon to ask the seller to help cover closing costs. Seller concessions could be a flat percentage of the total closing costs or cover specific fees, like appraisal or attorney fees, but don't bet on it just because I mentioned it. 7, list your needs, your non-negotiables, and your nice-to-haves. Your reason for buying a home will be your North Star for making decisions about your purchase. If your goal is to dip your toe into real estate investment, consider a condo or townhouse that will require less upkeep. Once you've decided on the type of home that's right for you, you can begin to prioritize which features you want in your home based on your needs. For example, you might focus on finding a home with extra bedrooms if you plan to have children or need a home office. If fur babies are the light of your life, a big yard or a location near plenty of green spaces may be non-negotiable. Sit down and create a list of qualities you want and need in your new home. This will help you shop for homes more effectively and compare priorities with less stress. 8, work with a real estate agent. Work with a licensed real estate agent or realtor to find the perfect property. Agents and realtors are local professionals who are experts in the home buying process and your local market. A real estate professional can help by showing properties in your area that fit your needs and budget, attending showings with you to learn more about your priorities as a homeowner, helping you decide how much to offer for properties, submitting an offer letter on your behalf, and helping you negotiate with the seller or the seller's agent after you submit an offer. Attending the closing with you to make sure that everything is in order with your sale. Remember, only a buyer's agent will work on your behalf. Don't rely on the seller's agent to represent your best interests. Always choose a qualified realtor or a licensed real estate salesperson to help you buy a home. 9, be confident when you submit an offer. You should never submit an offer on a home unless you're 100% committed to the purchase, or you could risk losing your earnest money deposit, also known as a good faith deposit. Giving this money signals to the owner that you're serious about the offer. The deposit is typically equal to 1 to 3% of your total home loan value and goes towards your down payment. If you back out of the sale for a reason or not listed in your offer letter, you'll lose your earnest money deposit. 10, hire an inspector. You need to hire a professional inspector before you get a home. An inspection is different from the appraisal required by your lender. During an appraisal, your appraiser only gives you and your lender a rough idea of how much your home is worth based on comparable properties, comps. During an inspection, the inspector tells you about specific problems with the home. You can use your assessment results to learn more about your home and request concessions from your seller. An earnest money deposit letter often includes a home inspection contingency, which would allow you to invalidate an offer and not lose your deposit in an instance of extensive repairs. 11, stick to your budget. Your reason for purchasing a home is likely because of emotion. You might want to feel secure, the freedom to express yourself through your home, or you have a vision for your desired lifestyle. Many first-time home buyers get too invested in a home to find out they can get the loan or some significant issues. Don't go over your budget for a home, even if it seems perfect for you. And be sure you budget enough money for repairs or renovations. The right home is out there for you, so keep searching until you find a home that fits your budget and your list of must-haves. 12, save physical copies of your paperwork. Once you get moving on a home, don't forget about the paperwork. Yes, cloud-based storage is obvious for keeping tabs on documents. Still, you should keep a physical copy of your mortgage statements, deed, closing disclosure, and other documents in a locked, fireproof file cabinet. If you like what you heard, please feel free to comment, subscribe, and don't forget to press the notification bell.